Hello, hello! And thanks for joining us, sports fans, as we lay odds and take bets on the race to the Gallop Chamber in Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM The Long War. Lindsay Lohan is, of course, the current frontrunner and odds-on favorite at a meager yet still profitable 3-2 in the race to the Gallop Chamber. But as you can see, Lindsay is wounded, and with her recent hospitalization for treatment of exhaustion, the rest of the pack is quickly closing in. They're nipping at Lindsay's heels like a pack of starving chihuahuas at the weak dead corpse of your reclusive neighbor. Which poses the question, will you go and investigate that smell before it's too late and those chihuahuas become man-eaters? Will you? Will Tara Reid overtake Lindsay? That's the more important question, because Tara Reid is our number 2 contender, although, of course she's number 1 in the hearts of competitive drinkers everywhere. But I think Tara is probably hoping that you don't go check that smell out, because Tara's odds a little bit more stymy at 5-2. Tara is the true bookmaker's choice. But, I think really the only thing holding Tara Reid back is if she can manage to complete her 125 remaining hours of community service for careless driving before Lindsay finishes recovering and gets out of the hospital. But, assuming she does complete the court-mandated probation and rehabilitation, I think Tara could be the right bet indeed. Of course, that does leave us the sort of also-rans, the rest of the pack. We've got still a number of other contenders like John Rat Leguizamo here. His rodent-like tenacity has him lurking near the top. I mean, he's not one of the front runners, but at 6-1, the odds on the Rat are still pretty attractive. And we've got other members of the field as well who could easily, with just a key death or a critical injury, rise up like a Katy Perry dark horse to claim the title. I mean, we can't even discount guys as far down as, say, like a Tay Groovy Diggs. I mean, it's a long shot, but Tay could pay off, and at 25-1, he's worth a bet or two. So I say what we do here is maybe just get to scanning, open the gates, let these horses start running, and see which one of them is going to rise to the top to take the title. And while we're on the subject of John Rat Leguizamo here, we actually do want to...
Promotions available in the armory.
Yes, thank you, Magilla. I couldn't have remembered that from the 9 seconds ago when you reminded me last time. We do actually want to shove old John Rat Leguizamo here in the tube. I believe Rat is ready to go in for a little bit of cooking. So we're going to plop him in like a tube of Toll House cookie dough and just sort of let him rise up, get going, till he's delicious and creamy. Nice, soft, and chewy John Leguizamo. Distortion field or regen biofield? Well, John is a medic, so regen biofield seems like the natural choice. The only problem with that is that ability is fucking trash, so we're going to take distortion field instead, because it's real good. And that's got Leguizamo in the tube then. Let's get this scanning going. We need a little... My horse race bugle impression there is fucking terrible. You'll have to forgive me, I'm not a trumpet. Australia, it's 2 engineers. I would say no to literally any other request, but at 30 alien alloys, congratulations, you have found the threshold. Didn't you just manage to stumble over it? Good bid, Australia. It's like going blind nil in spades. I mean, you're going to take that shit every time. Actually, I don't think you can outbid blind nil, now that I think about it. I think that's probably like the biggest bid you can go. So, Australia, beautiful. Nicely done. Let's hope that shooting the moon for you kind of works out. 20 muton corpses for 2 engineers. See, Egypt, this is considerably less desirable. At 2 engineers, I might have gone as high as 35 weapon fragments, but 20 muton corpses? I don't think so. Back to scanning in. I can't help but notice a good deal of time is passing here. I am not uncomfortable with that. It gives us an opportunity to finish those plasma cannons and possibly bolt them to a firestorm. 17 drone racks. Drone racks are one of the very few things we actually can still make use of. We can use those to build boosters. So again, I'm going to have to say no. Nice to see Master Sergeant Drake back on duty. Drake had a critical injury a little while ago on a large UFO mission. I am quite glad to have him back in the rotation. 10 Muton Elite corpses from Nigeria. Nigeria will just not let go of these Muton Elite corpses, and I'm beginning to wonder specifically what it is they have planned for those corpses. I'm thinking they're trying to build some kind of like robot super soldier, and they need those guys as sort of a baseline. They're trying to reinvigorate the RoboCop project, only with Muton Elites instead of, blowing up police officers. I can't really support that. Alright, so we've got some psychic training completed as well. No surprise, Tay Diggs, failure. Odds on Tay Diggs have now risen to like 35-1 because Jesus Christ, Tay Diggs. You have never met a psychic training that you couldn't fail. He's clearly the guy who was not... What was that guy's name? Oh, the guy who in Starship Troopers was not Neil Patrick Harris. Johnny Rico. Can't remember the actor's name, mostly because he's pretty unremarkable. Anyway, that guy. They tested him. The ferret was more psychically active than that guy. Oh, what is that guy's name? That's going to drive me bonkers. I'll have to Google it. Casper Van Dien. Never mind, I don't have to Google it. Haha, take that, brain! I win!
Detected.
Yes, I can trump my own brain when it comes to remembering trivial bullshit information, like what was the name of the guy that played Johnny Rico in the Starship Troopers movie. Thank you. Small UFO over Egypt. Let's shoot it down. Gonzo, this seems like a perfect opportunity for a little chicken fuckery. So why don't you go up and fuck us a chicken? Also, we'd like to save our more well-trained pilots for perhaps something a bit more critical than shooting down a small UFO that appears to be interested in doing nothing more than running away. Those aliens making best available speed to get the hell out of Dodge. Alright, so we've downed it. Fantastic work. Actually, not even any damage taken by our pilot, so that was quite a fine intercept there. The chicken fucker, he fucked that chicken up right, man. He's like the Colonel. He does chicken right. Or at least, you know, that's what his lady friend chickens say. Or dude chickens, you know, whatever Gonzo's into. I have no trouble imagining that Gonzo is not particularly discriminating when it comes to his chicken partners. I bet he swings both ways. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because there's not. Hey, any port in a storm, right, Gonzo? Yeah, I mean, he is fucking chickens, which is weird, but I digress. Let's put a team together. Psychic EXP, gonna be our focus. Anybody who needs it and isn't Lindsay Lohan and thus precluded from it because, well, her exhaustion simply has her out of the loop. She's just too tired to make an appearance on set. And of course, by exhausted, I mean she drank like 6.5 quarts of brandy last night and can't remember where she is or what her name is. Who else is close here? So we're going to be doing a little exploratory. Well, Shia McBeef LaBouffe here is probably going to be the odds-on favorite for our medic then. Jaden Smith, how close are you? I mean, Jaden Smith, pretty close actually as well. Now, if Tara Reid's available though, Tara Reid is going to be our scout. Tara looking to overtake the current champion contender. Can she get it done? Where is Tara? Oh, she's available. Tara Reid is available. Let's take a look. She's even pre-geared and 120 Psychic EXP away. We could potentially see Tara Reid catch up to Lindsay Lohan on this mission. So let's take a look at Tara's loadout. Tara is locked, loaded, and ready to go. She's eager, flaunching at the bit, chomping at the bit. She wants the volunteer role. She wants the center stage. She wants her name above the marquee, folks. Much more so than clearly the Lindsay Lohan wants it. I mean, I think maybe Tara wants it more. Why is... Wait. Hold on a second. Hang on just a moment here. Did we not just have Shia McBeef LaBouffe on here and he was not fatigued and now suddenly he's fatigued for an hour? I'm a little dubious of that claim. Game. What's going on there? Ah, fuck you. We'll just take John Rat Leguizamo then, because the Rat has the best willpower in the barracks. Where is the Rat? Are you tired as well, Rat? What's going on? Oh, John Leguizamo is in the tube. Damn. Well, John Leguizamo will not be going. He is tube bound for the next previous day, so I guess we're going to have to take the Beebs. That's fine. We got no particular beef with the Bieber. I mean, we'd rather have, of course, Shia McBeef LaBouffe leading the charge because buff the beef. I mean, come on, buff the beef. We need to make items available because I can't help but notice that we have a not really an abundance of available armor here. So we're going to go with some Titan armor. McBeef has a pretty good aim. His speed is very substandard, though, so we're going to go with the plasma carbine for McBeef. We could go full-on plasma rifle, but I think in this situation we'll be better served with probably going for the smaller weapon to help the Beebs get around a little. Let's get ourselves a sniper. We don't have one. We could use a mission leader. Amanda Bynes, who did a fine job for us last mission and looking a little peaked, she's a little tired, so we're going to get command. Do I really want to take our greatest commander on a small UFO raid? I think the answer is no. That seems like maybe overdoing it a little. I think instead what we'll do is just get Penelope. I'm a garbage water piece of trash Raven Cruz here. Our little battle crow, we can send our little battle crow into battle. I don't know why we call her a battle crow or a raven. She should clearly be a battle horse. I mean, she could be like a Pegasus, which is like sort of half bird, half horse. Maybe it should be Penelope Pegasus Cruz. She's like a centaur, but with a bird half. Or would that make her a, what is it, a hippogriff? Or a griffin? I guess that would make her a griffin, maybe. Oh, no, wait, that's half bird, half lion. I guess she'd be a hippogriff. I think that's half horse, half bird. Either that or it's half hippopotamus, half gopher. Fuck, I don't know. It's a mythological animal. It could be half anything. Seraphim armor, plasma rifle. Actually, I would ride a half hippopotamus, half gopher if, you know, that was a sort of combination beast from mythology. That would be my fucking totem animal. The gopherpotamus. Yeah, I would ride a gopherpotamus. Anyway, I can't even remember what I'm doing. We should probably get an infantry trooper to sort of rally this crew together. We need some kind of glue to bind this shit in place. Jean-Claude Van Damme is an officer. We could take him. I think we might take Double Old 7 instead. Yeah, that's in fact exactly what we're going to do. So, Double Old. Gonna have to pry your weary bones out of whatever chair you're in. Probably attached to a quart of scotch, I have to imagine. Oh, no, I'm not attached to a quart of scotch, but your mother is attached to my penis. Yeah. Mom jokes. Never get old, Sean. Never get old. Well, your mother's getting a little old, but that doesn't mean she still can't throw some ass at my dog. All right, Sean. All right, that's fine. Scope, laser sight, high-capacity mags for Double Old 7 there. He is a little sensitive when we call him Double Old, which is why I do it, because fuck Sean Connery. He's kind of a jerk. Get a gunner into this party. Can't help but notice that Megan Fox and Josh Hamlet-Whedon haven't been on a mission in a very, very, very long time. And I have to say, I'm not really finding myself too terribly upset by that fact, strangely enough. I think we're going to go with Katie Firework Perry. The little dark horse herself, she is going to rise up. She'll come at you like a dark horse. Don't want to play with magic. Alright, here. Where's a Plasma Nova gun for Katie? Gonna give her, of course, the scope, laser sight, and high-capacity mags, lest she turn us into some manner of yipping lapdog, and then, I don't know, maybe also turn us into a goblet of wine and drink us, although dog-flavored wine seems like it would be kind of terrible. 2 dogs beer. Needs more dog. Actually, I think it was Red Tick beer. Needs more dog. So we've got Scout, Medic, Sniper, Infantry, Gunner, need an Assault Trooper, and it's probably going to be John Flansburgh, because it's been John Flansburgh the last several times. Like, God damn it, John Flansburgh is getting shit done for us. He's also slowly but steadily creeping towards becoming a Master Sergeant, so let's keep him working. Little reflex cannon for the Flansburgh, I think. Walker servos, breaching ammo in case of Muton Berserker. Of course, bring breaching ammo. Not that we expect to find one on this mission, but breaching ammo never hurts anyway. We're going to give him an arc thrower as well. Although at this point, except for Muton Elites, captures aren't really much of a priority for us at all. Are we missing anything? Scout, Medic, Sniper, Infantry, Gunner, Assault. Probably should grab an Engineer then. We need somebody to make it a things go boom, and if we have an Engineer who could also use a little Psychic EXP, we will more than likely take that Singineer. A Singineer? Singineer. I think it's just a euphemism for a sex worker. You know, I'm a Singineer. Kesha, what's your willpower look like? 62. It's not fantastic, but it's not shameful. You are close to a psychic level, so I think we'll go ahead and go with the Keshanator here. I can't help but notice that we're giving her Archangel armor, which seems odd, but you know what? That's not necessarily a terrible idea, because Kesha isn't really overly fast, so that'll work out fine. Let's give Kesha a regular plasma rifle. Her aim is, I think, solid enough to handle it. Battle scanners, alien grenades, it's going to have Kesha completely sorted, and that just leaves us needing a mech trooper. And who do we want to take? I'm guessing Charlie Hunnam. I notice he's back on duty. Old Raleigh Beckett. I just can't get enough of the guy. Gotta say, it's my man crush Monday, I guess. Although this is not a Monday, it is in fact a Wednesday. No, wait, today's not Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Never mind. I don't even know what day it is. Fuck me, I suppose. Anyway, proximity mine launchers, electro pulses. You know, let's go for the garden variety. Just one prox mine launcher and a flamethrower. Or not a flamethrower, but rather a regular grenade launcher. Charlie probably has plenty of explosives in that getup. Plus, this time if we fuck up and have our engineer try and trigger a proximity mine with a fucking battle scanner, we can always follow it up by having Charlie drop his own grenade on it. You might be saying, you know, why would you try to set off a proximity mine with a battle scanner? And what I'm going to say to that is, yeah, go watch like 2 or 3 episodes ago. Because I did it. I mean, it's not as stupid as standing next to a car that I set on fire and blew up, but, you know, it's up there. It's up there. So our Sky Ranger is setting down in what must be the middle of monsoon season. As you can see, the Earth's weather patterns have gone full-on schizophrenic. They are battling Amanda Bynes for title of craziest fuck in the... I don't know, in the universe. What the hell's going on here, guys? Oh, now you're back on duty, Shia LaBeouf? Beef must have been having a little bit of buffing done. Of course, Buff the Beef 2015 is the year of the beef buffery at Wendy's. Wendy's reminding me of Buff the Beef. Proud sponsor of the Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM series, Wendy's. Not at all a sponsor. Frosties are pretty good, though. I'll give them that. Not a big Wendy's fan, but I gotta say, Frosties, yeah. Always wondered what's in a Frosty that they can't legitimately call it a milkshake. Curious what it's actually made out of. I'm assuming it's made out of dead talking snowmen because it's the only other Frosty I know of. That being said, if it is made out of, you know, dead talking snowmen, more power to the Wendy's Corporation for breeding talking snowmen. First off, that's a remarkable achievement. And second off, for figuring out that they are delicious when killed and eaten. I mean, I'm assuming they kill them. Actually, I kind of hope they kill them. If they just grind them straight up, like, if you think about it, they're just like chucking living, talking snowmen into the back of the Frosty machine, and then they just immediately squirt them out into your cup. I mean, sure, I like my dead talking snowman as fresh as the next guy, but that seems kind of horrific. Just they're sitting there thinking about them, screaming as they grind inside the machine. You always wondered why those machines are so heavily insulated? I'll tell you why. It's so you can't hear the fucking screams of all the dead, dying snowmen that are in them getting ground into fucking gooey paste, so you can shove it down your open gob. It's actually pretty horrible. It's a kind of a Charlton Heston sort of thing going there. Frosties are made from people! From people! You'd think there'd be more top hat residue, though, if Frosties were actually made of dead talking snowmen. You'd think there'd be, like, quite a bit of extra felt and ribbon and whatnot in there from the magical top hat, so perhaps Frosties are not made from dead talking snowmen. We're going to do another battle scanner here because Kesha, with Bombard and the increased distance of the battle scanner toss here, she can throw one the length of the map, effectively. Did we find anything? We did not. Alright, well, that's a little bit unexpected, but, you know, we can still deal with it. That means likely we're going to have a pod over in this vicinity, so I think we'll just set up for Charlie Hunnam to maybe deliver some fine long-range proximity mine action for us, and it looks like that is, in fact, exactly what we're going to get. We're going to put Penelope Horseface Cruz on Overwatch. Not that we expect Penelope to hit a goddamn thing on Overwatch. She can barely hit when taking her time concentrating and aiming. I have to assume it's the fact that her eyes are on the side of her head that sort of makes it difficult for her to see straight forward. Horses not really known for their forward vision. They're not exactly visually acute, and we have to assume that old Penelope kind of suffers from the same problem.
On the move.
So we're going to have Kesha throw her other battle scanner for us, actually. And I have to assume there's going to be a pod in probably this general area. But let's see if the Bombard pays off. We should also, if possible, be having Kesha mind meld at effectively every opportunity just for free Psychic EXP. Still no aliens. That's interesting. So we'll have Tara Reid advance. I'm guessing probably our enemy units are going to be huddled around the vicinity of the ship. Either that or they're over here. We may have John Flansburgh sort of see if we can suss that out. Before we do anything too terrifying and risky, hopefully this time I can remember that John Flansburgh does not have lightning reflexes and not run him into Overwatch. I make no promises, of course. But since he didn't find any enemies, it seems like it's going to be an easy... It'll be an easy promise to keep.
Yes,
we have no enemies, so let's just stand out in the open. I don't see any reason to not. I am going to hold off on that meld canister for a moment. I don't want to go too much farther forward because there's probably a pod right in that area. Or we could get a weird line of sight issue spawn where we actually pop whatever's in the craft despite the fact that the door is closed. That's, again, a thing that will on occasion occur.
Moving.
Old Firework here is going to show us what she's worth. Step out into the open, do a little overwatching for us. Beebs, Overwatch. They'd probably... Now, how can there possibly be a pod over there? What are they, under the battle scanner? What the hell's going on? Got a battle scanner down. I hate it when solid-state technology fails. I'm going to assume that our battle scanner is
On the move.
malfunctioning. Clearly, the only logical explanation is malfunctioning battle scanner.
I feel, Commander.
I'm guessing it was probably outsiders that were over in that vicinity, since we got the audio clue but didn't hear an actual sound. Typically, that will indicate the presence of an outsider, which it seems like a very odd place to find outsiders on this map. Then again, we haven't found them yet, so who knows? That's a little bit risky, and I'm going to do it anyway. I trust John Flansburgh to be able to get himself out of any trouble he might find himself in. Fortunately, he didn't find himself in any trouble, so there's really nothing to get out of. We're going to move him right next to that meld canister. He can pick that up for us next turn. Also, if you could remember on your way home, Mr. Flansburgh, we're out of milk. If you could maybe pick up a carton of milk, that would also be quite handy. Carton of milk. We are making French toast tomorrow for breakfast. We're going to need a little bit of milk for that. Eggs would also probably be useful. You know what? Actually, I'm just going to detail a whole list here, Flansburgh, if you want to just maybe pick all these items up on your way home. We don't have any powdered sugar either, so maybe grab some of that. And, of course, a little maple syrup. Gonna definitively need maple syrup. I feel that eating French toast without maple syrup sort of defeats the purpose.
Affirmative. Moving out.
I'm a sincere proponent of strong maple syrup. And not that fake bullshittery. I mean real maple syrup, damn it. Alright, so I don't recall mechtoids being on the menu, but clearly mechtoids are on the fucking menu because there they are. We do have a positive thing working for us here, though. Charlie Raleigh Beckett Hunnam is in the lead, sort of out front. We can have him deploy a proximity mine over here and potentially do some good work. Assuming this thing will stop fucking around and land on a damn tile. So there we go. Proximity mine is down. Now that should be within range to detonate. Assuming we can set it off. I would like to get Kesha in some manner of cover before risking that.
Here they come.
Yeah, I expected that. So there they are, the enemy. Boy, that poor little guy didn't even know what hit him. I think he just... I don't think he just... I just think he didn't want to live anymore. Poor little guy. Yeah, that's okay. We're going to blow his friends up with more grenades, so maybe it's for the best. Not as much damage as I was necessarily expecting or hoping for. That's alright, though. We're going to have Tara Reid pull this Overwatch with some lightning reflexes. There we go. So, Mechtoid 1 with his reaction shot. That's going to be a big miss. I'm just going to go ahead and call these both misses even before they fire, because Tara Reid, I don't think, in her career has ever been hit on Overwatch, unlike almost all of our other scouts. Yeah, the XCOM gods simply love Tara Reid. They really, really want Tara to be the volunteer. They won't not have it. Which of you is less injured? Alright, well, you're going to be panicked. Congratulations, welcome to Terror Town. Population U, bro. That sucks. Don't tase me, bro. Too bad. You got full-on panicked and also ran back into the fog, which is somewhat unpleasant. We can handle it, though. Then Katie Firework Perry's going to pull up and take a shot for us here. Assuming she has a shot, she does. Not a fantastic shot, but good enough. Good enough for a kill for Katie. Granted, it was a 1-health sectoid, so it literally could not have been a weaker foe. But Katy Perry still. That's EXP is EXP. Katy Perry will take it. She is not particular. I keep forgetting that Penelope Horseface Raven Cruz does not have fucking double tap because she is a terrible piece of trash. So El Bibre, why don't you advance here and potentially panic a unit as well? More for the EXP, I think, really than... Oh, well, that was a Mind Fray, but Mind Fray also good. We can save the panic, perhaps, for someone a little more dangerous. I think a Mind Frayed Mechtoy is going to be about as dangerous to us as... Oh, a kitten, or perhaps a small puppy of a very, like, tiny breed of dog. I'm not talking like a bull mastiff puppy or anything. I mean, like a cute, quaint little puppy. Maybe like a, I don't know, what's it, like a corgi? A small breed of dog. Let's go ahead and have Dr. Worm take this shot. If he gets the hit, that's a kill, that's fine. Dr. Worm does need EXP, so we got him. Speaking of beating the odds, Dr. Worm bucking a 42% there and still pulling out the hit. Nicely done, Doc. And so clearly those are thin men, and they are, I believe, inside the UFO. So we're going to advance very carefully.
Got it.
You know, Thin Men, despite being a relatively early game enemy, I'm still pretty goddamn wary of engaging Thin Men. They are very dangerous. At this point in the game, they have very high aim, and they can do a number on you. I mean, you wouldn't expect a Thin Man to be terrifyingly dangerous, but if you get a couple of them with a, especially if they have the squad side ability, you get a couple of them picking up on a trooper who's either not in the best cover or just potentially has a sort of a low base defense, they can do some damage. You got to be careful with those Thin Men. We don't have to be careful with that Mechtoid any longer, though, because he's going to be picking up his teeth since we knocked him out like a spray of chiclets. Kesha's going to go for some cheap Psychic EXP here. We're going to have her Mind Merge with Katy Perry. This way she can learn all about girl power and also what it's like to be in a music video with Snoop Dogg. Something she's always wanted to know, of course. Kesha
Heading there now.
has never had Snoop Dogg appear in one of her videos, and I gotta say, she's a little bit jealous of Katy. Deservedly so. I mean, it's fucking Snoop Dogg. I mean, come on, man. Who wouldn't want to be in a Snoop Dogg video?
That's affirmative.
I have to assume that large quantities of gin and juice would be consumed, even if it were not a video for the song Gin and Juice.
Let's do this.
Yeah, Penelope Cruz, why don't you just reload, actually? That's fine. That's about an appropriate use of your skill. Penelope Cruz apparently has lock and load. I gave her that ability at some point, which is
Heading there now.
remarkably forward-thinking for me, since I despise Penelope Cruz.
Engaging.
There are Thin Men. I don't really like popping them kind of this late in the wave. That's unfortunate. I would like to have Penelope Cruz available to maybe take a poke at one. So, John Leguizamo, sorry, Flansburgh. John Flansburgh has a 1%er, and he is literally the only game in town.
Solid copy.
So we're not going to mess around with that. We're just going to move him to safety. I don't want John Flansburgh getting picked off or shot at by 4 Thin Men, because even in full cover, it is not out of the question that they could combine to do some pretty significant damage to him. I have to assume that some of these guys are going to be on Overwatch, so I'm going to send Tara Reid forward on a little bit of exploratory movement. Probably we'll just wind up moving Tara Reid to additional cover later. Oh, nope, she has vision on the enemy. Is this an opportunity for Penelope Craven Cruz to earn her paycheck? I mean, she did kill that 1 health sectoid, we can't forget, but also a Thin Man from long range. Nicely done, Penelope. That was an extremely long shot. Did you see how long it took that bullet to land? 15 damage critical, too, is not insignificant output from little Penelope Cruz.
On my way.
Have we finally turned the corner? Is Penelope... Well, that was not good. So that could have definitively gone better, I feel. I think Charlie Hunnam can probably save us, though. That wasn't the best pod spawn. I really should have expected it, but I think Charlie Hunnam here is going to be able to save us from sort of our own eagerness. Little over-aggressive, but I have every confidence that we're going to be able to pull out of this. I would like to panic one of those guys, if at all possible, but I'm not sure we're going to get the opportunity. Double Old does have a shot. It is not a good shot, but it is a shot. Let's see if we can crash that cover before we have Double Old take that poke there. So, Double Old, before you fire, consider cover destruction with a friendly grenade from your local Kesha. Kesha reminding you that grenades are inexpensive and cooperative and available in plenty. Order in bulk. And for some reason, now that that guy has no cover, we can no longer see him with Double Old 7. Yeah, that's a sensible thing. That's how it should work, I feel. Really, I think there's definitively no problem at all with the way that turned out. So we're just going to go on Overwatch with John Flansburgh. El Beebre, are you going to be able to see anything? Nope. So it's Overwatch for the Beebster, and I guess Connery's going to be on Overwatch as well. This guy's going to shoot at Tara Reid, almost guaranteed. Nope, Charlie Hunnam. And you can see why I am a little bit afraid of the Thin Men. If you give them some sort of XCOM player abilities, their damage capacity really does go up significantly. I'm quite shocked that that one missed.
I'm pinned down here.
You're not really pinned down. You're not suppressed. This guy should be getting shot twice. I can't help but notice he did not get shot twice. Alright, so Sean Connery's going to take some... Well, nice try, Connery, I guess. It's a noble effort. I mean, you did something. 7 damage. We can take it. That's alright. Shake it off, Flansburgh. You're fine. Just pretend you're Tay-Tay. Oh, you overwatched this guy. So, the other guy runs right up into your grill, into both your close quarters combat and your Overwatch, and you don't bother to take a shot. But that gentleman, who's running away, I might add, you can't get enough of him, huh? All right. I can't say I follow your logic, but whatever you want to do, Flansburgh. I'm, you know, sort of your ball game, I guess. We'll let you play it. You're the coach of this team. You might as well call the plays. And I can't help but notice that the barrel end of your gun was really nowhere near that gentleman in any shape or capacity. And you appeared to fire just wildly into the sky on that shot. I mean, you hit him twice, which is pretty remarkable considering that neither of those shots should have come anywhere near the enemy. So, Tara Reid, can you panic the Navigator Thin Man? Yes, and you have an absolutely perfect chance to do it. I think that's going to be the best use of your abilities. Why don't you go ahead and exercise your right? Tara Reid fighting for her right to party, a la the Beastie Boys, circa 1989, roughly, I guess. I don't remember when. Don't really remember when that came out. Like it was late 80s, maybe early 90s, probably late 80s.
I'm rolling.
Anyway, we're gonna send El Bibre forward, and if he can see a guy, well, we were gonna have El Bibre go for the panic, but since Justin
Got it covered.
not bothering to bring vision on the enemy to the party, there's no real need. We could go with a little explosion here. I think we might be better serviced to just why could you not mind merge? Yeah, well, that's not really what I wanted. There you go. Why don't you mind merge with El Bibre? That'll help El Bibre's Overwatch hit, except it won't. It just gives him bonus willpower that we have no real use for, arguably. So he's panicked. Let's destroy that guy's cover, then. It's probably going to be our best bet. Yes, that's precisely the right place to put a grenade, Charlie Hunnam. That's sharp thinking. Shoot it on top of the aircraft. That's exactly what we were looking for you to do. Twin 51%ers. If either one of these hits, we should be okay. Charlie taking apart the craft one bullet at a time behind him. We're going to have to go for the double tap and hope Charlie can get lucky on the follow-up. And it will be lucky because considerably lower hit percentage, which did not pan out. And suddenly Charlie Hunnam is in a somewhat vulnerable position for us. Double Old has a terrible chance at a panic trooper, so he's going to be on Overwatch. And honestly, I think we may have to have Katy Perry dash into the fray here. So Katy Perry's going to bring up a little close-range support for next turn. And we're going to put Penelope Cruz on Overwatch. Just there is not an outside chance that she might get a shot at one of these guys, so we'll have her ready just in case. Ready just in case, the Penelope Cruz story. That's actually the legitimate story of Penelope Cruz. That's how she got started in Hollywood. She was clearly an understudy, and some more critical, more attractive human got sick at the last minute. They had to rush in, and wow, Charlie Hunnam is in a bad spot. They had to rush in, though, and fill in with Penelope Cruz, and it's a decision I'm sure they regretted for the rest of their lives, but still, we're in a... Alright. So Charlie Hunnam is not in a good spot. He's very, very badly injured here. We're going to send Tara Reid forward. Tara cannot do any more panicking. Let's see if we can flush out one of these guys. Perhaps you seem like a strong candidate for a flush shot. Let's push you out into the open. That was perhaps not a brilliant idea since that guy fell back about 6,000 miles. That's okay, though. We're going to go with a proximity mine and drop it right here. This will likely destroy a power source and possibly a flight computer. I am about as concerned about that as I am about the state of my gums. I'm not particularly worried about my gum health. It's not something that concerns me on a daily basis. I don't really worry about it. And that's about how worried I am about that flight computer. I don't sit around thinking, you know, I wonder if my gums are really healthy or if they're, like, not in a good spot. It's not a thing I worry about. And I'm not going to worry about Kesha setting off this grenade because I have every confidence that this is straight up going to jack it. So there you go. Kesha doing some nice combo damage there. Our blue plate special this time not getting hosed up. Actually delivering the blue plate and the special. Double Old with a fantastic opportunity to hit. And I'm actually going to take it on the Thin Man. I think he is...
Shot wide.
So, Sean Connery, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Connery. Yep. Sean Connery.
I'm on the move.
So I suppose we'll move over here and have John Flansburgh reload. El Bibre, we're actually gonna probably need you here. Katie Firework Perry can kill one of these guys.
Moving.
And I'm gonna have her favor the Thin Man. Didn't really pan out so well for Double Old. Double Old may be interested in perhaps getting his vision checked. Double Old, what do you think?
Yes, Commander.
Think maybe a vision test is in order, sir. Fortunately, Sean, despite your, well, let's face it, magnificent fuck up there, El Bibre is going to be here to save the day. Justin Bieber with a...
Die.
Never mind. Justin Bieber there to fail every bit as strongly as Sean Connery did. That's badly done. So, oh, this is terrible.
Watch the flank.
They're on the move.
We got very lucky that that was a low damage shot. I don't know, is it... Oh, we got very... So John Flansburgh has got to get the hell out of Dodge. He is in a very, very vulnerable position.
Requesting
As is
immediate
Tara Reid.
assistance.
Yeah, they're really piling it on old John Flansburgh there. They're gunning for him. They're out for blood, folks. They want a little bit of those They Might Be Giant actions. These guys clearly huge fans of the little band that could. Possibly Particle Men. They're not having any of it. They want them some of that John Flansburgh. Fortunately for us, Penelope Raven Cruz is there to cover John Flansburgh's back. And for once, I'm actually glad I brought Penelope on a mission, and I know I'm as shocked to have said that, folks, as you are to have heard it. Can't believe I'm glad that she came. Double Old continues his campaign of wild misses. Come on, Connery, what the fuck, man? Katie? Not a fantastic shot. Can you do any better from somewhere else? I have to think the answer is actually probably no. What can Dr. Worm do? Pretty good. Screw it.
Good to go.
We're going for the finish here. We're going to try and finish this strong. Dr. Worm with the can't miss. 100% flanked. Put himself in a cloud of acid. Fortunately for us, he's wearing armor that sort of negates that. So, Katie, then, why don't you step over here and take a shot at our friendly neighborhood outsider? 45%, huh? All right, then. Well, you did hollow target him. That's good. So we've got at least something. Flansburgh, I want you on Overwatch in case this enemy decides to move. We've got Bieber. All right, so worst case scenario, Kesha finishes this guy off with a grenade. That's the absolute worst case scenario. So we're going to try and get a little more psychic EXP. El Bibre failed with the panic, but the mind fray works. Come on, Justin Bieber. Wow, you know, folks, I think this might be evidence that El Bibre's mental powers are slipping. Could it be that we have radio-free believers in the very near future? Could they shake off the Justin Bieber mind control and come to the realization that, you know, he's sort of just a singer and not really all that relevant, even culturally? Man, what is Justin going to do without his legion of believers? We only have 2 units left. All right, so we're not going to screw around then. Let's try and get the kill with Charlie Hunnam if we can. But if not, we've got what I have to assume is a 100% chance to hit there from old Tara Reid. Tara Reid would not let us down like that. She simply would not. Looks like Charlie Hunnam isn't going to let us down either. Nope. Chuck delivers the pain, and that should be mission.
All mission objectives complete.
There you go. So Operation Final Savior. We kind of needed a savior there for John Flansburgh, and as strange as it may sound, that savior turns out to have been Penelope Cruz. I'm shocked. Usually she's selling people out for drug money, but, you know, this time, she didn't turn in her husband. I don't know how to feel. As you can tell, I'm still quite bitter about what Penelope Cruz did to Johnny Depp and Blow. Never forgive her, folks. Never forgive, never forget. Dr. Worm going to be spending the next 23 days in the hospital. That'll give him an opportunity to get to know Lindsay Lohan better. So, I suppose there's that. I could see a John Flansburgh, Lindsay Lohan kind of romance. Sort of the older, wiser, kind of, I don't know, pretty dapper, well-dressed, well-spoken chap as John Flansburgh. I could see him making some inroads with a wild young thing like Lindsay. Sort of a calming, older influence. Might be good for Lindsay. Lindsay Lohan. There you go. You heard it here first. Perfidious Pete, matchmaker extraordinaire. I will matchmaker, make you a match faster than a fiddler on the roof. Got some loot there, 13 meld. Actually, a ton. That's quite a bit of meld. 20 Illyrium, which is not a bad haul either. So, a pretty profitable little mission, especially from an EXP standpoint. We are going to head to the gray market, of course, sell off our damaged UFO components. That is a thing that we do. And clearly, some ominous thunder rolling in the background. I'm not sure if you guys heard that or not, but Mother Nature trying to add a little dramatic tension to our race for the Gallop Chamber. Much appreciated, as long as you don't, you know, smite me with lightning bolts and hail. That would be nice. Alright, so that's taken care of then, and we have nobody else who really needs to go into the tube until we get some troopers who come back from fatigue, so I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.